Nobody's here yet. It's just me. And whoever happens to be watching in the future. Hopefully you're well. I don't know how long this will be, but we're gonna do a walkthrough. I was gonna do individual zodiac signs. Excuse me, I'm about to golf. Excuse me. I was gonna do individual signs, but I just did that for TikTok, and now I know how much energy that is. So we're not gonna do that tonight. Maybe a different night, but we're gonna go through the elements. So fire, air, water, earth, and all that stuff. So if you wanna tune into that, if you wanna hang out, that's cool. Please use your own discernment. Please don't try to make anything fit. Use your own discernment. So I'm like trying to find something to play. If you want to take a deep breath, you can. You don't have to, but I'm going to. You can join me. 1, 2, 3. And let it go. So, I'm trying to play some background music, but I'm having a lot of advertisements. And also, there's gonna be songs. I channeled some songs for each of the elements. I did the same thing for the zodiacs. Once again, 12 signs. You can only imagine how much energy that is and how I might be feeling, but we're gonna do this. So okay, hopefully that is okay. So also, I don't do sun sign astrology, so if you're only applying this to your sun sign, I don't know what you're doing. We have a whole chart. There's a sun, there's a moon, there's a rising, there's a Venus, there's a Mars, there's a North Node, there's so many placements. So if you want to apply these to any of your placements, that's cool. Also, by the end of this stream, I'm gonna open up the floor to like anybody who wants like personal readings or like has any questions or whatever. There's information in the description if you don't want to do that, but that'll be at the end. Okay. Can you hear me? Am I back? I had an alarm go off. I have a lot of alarms go off throughout the day, and I sometimes forget to turn them off. Although I turned it off before when I was on TikTok, it still went off. But I digress. Hello, welcome. Once again, if you want to check out the link or the description down below for information, that's cool. But we're gonna start with Aries, Leo, and Zach because fire is first. So I already channeled some songs, and the songs that came through were Ready to Go by Noah Cyrus, and then Skinny Dipping by Sabrina Carpenter. So there's definitely this energy of reminiscing in the past, letting go of the past. If you care for astrology, we just went through Mercury retrograde. Today is the last day of Mercury retrograde. I don't know. It depends on where your time zone is, really, at the end of the day. Please, you'll go in timeout for muting the channel. Please, or for spamming the channel. Please don't spam the chat. It's not helpful. What was I about to say? Yeah. Today's the last day of Mercury retrograde. It depends on your specific time zone, but yeah. Aries and Sag. There's a big energy of endings, things coming to a close. So, hello, welcome. And skinny dipping isn't necessarily about endings. It's more so about reminiscing and like meeting back up with like a past lover or a past friend. I'm hearing the song in my head now. It'll be a Wednesday. And we'll be going to that coffee shop. Anyways, what's going on for Aries, Leo, at this current moment in time? I'm just gonna, you can apply to any part of your chart. So, Aries, Leo, Sag. What's going on? We have the Star. Even though things are coming to an end, knowing and trusting that there are brighter days ahead. We have the Star. I can't show because there's nudity. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. So obviously, I don't know all the details of what's going on, but somebody could have recently lost a job or lost some sort of position that they thought was forever, but nothing lasts forever. And I'll say that at the end of this video. Nothing lasts forever. Everything's temporary. And you should always plan as such. We have the Hermit card as well. Aries Leo Sage. It's very powerful energy. You could be getting a new job. You could be starting a new business, starting a thing. What is a thing? I don't know, but there's definitely an energy of new beginnings. The Chariot. I did not do earth signs yet. I'm going in order. So, fire, earth, air, water. Thank you for tapping the screen. Appreciate it. But yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, it definitely looks like you're moving towards whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. What is this Ace of Pentacles for fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. We have, oh, okay. You're moving towards murder. I can't show because there's nudity, but Ten of Swords, despair. I'm kidding. Hopefully you're not moving towards murder. But there's definitely an energy of you moving towards, I'm getting an energy of like somebody moving, or like, and I say moving, not like moving location, but like going towards something that is not necessarily fully formed, something that might be ruined, if that makes sense, and having to like rebuild. If this is a relationship, I would encourage you, sometimes it works out, but I would encourage you not to try to like fixer-upper, try to be a fixer-upper, like, unless somebody is directly asking you or giving you permission to like change them or fix them, like, just let people be who they are, okay? Fire signs. What's going on with this Star card? We have dedication, Eight of Pentacles, oh shit. Renewed faith for somebody. The Chariot comes out for a third time. Ace of Swords, clarity. The Moon card technically came out in reverse. So for fire signs, there's definitely an energy of renewed faith. Turning your back on those who don't believe in your vision, who don't believe in your desired reality, I guess is what we could say. There's a lot of back turning. Maybe somebody's turning their back on you, if that other part didn't resonate, but I'm getting the energy of you turning your back on something or someone for the sake of your future, for the sake of your happiness. Ace of, or 10, not Ace. For the sake, I was about to say Ace of Pentacles, which is actually already out here, so you could be turning your back on something for the sake of your pentacles, for your money, you know? This could be a job, this could be a friendship, family, whatever, but like, you're making the tough choices, fire signs. You're doing what you need to do. And it might be a lonely road, honestly, but at least you can look back and wipe your tears with your money. I'm kidding. Just a joke. Just a joke. I'm gonna pull from now. Believe you're on magic deck. It's going on for fire signs. Whenever they tune in. Once again, Ready to Go by Noah Cyrus is one of the songs that was channeled. So there's definitely an energy of somebody being ready to walk away from something. 44, 18, let them go, yeah, literally. You're ready to say deuces, sayonara. And sure, it might be a little bit of a storm. You might be a little bit fearful, a little bit confused about what's next. 444. What's next is Wendy's. Just kidding. Because the 444 deal. I don't even know if they still do that. But the number 4 could be relevant. Pay attention if that pops up a lot for you. Once again, you walk away from something that was supposed to be certain, that was supposed to be stable for you. And you're moving towards uncertainty, moving through uncertainty, but like, I can't guarantee anything because then that would defeat the purpose of uncertainty, but most likely you'll be fine. If you trust in yourself, trust in your instincts, trust in your intuition. Hello, welcome. Good evening, morning. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. If you trust in yourself, trust in what you know, trust in your heart, and the rest will always flow. I rhymed, got poetic. We also have Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is, because why not? Once again, 40. Lots of 4. 4 is the number of stability, foundation, all that stuff. Treat your body like the palace it is. I think it's safe to say that most of us in the society probably expose ourselves to not so healthy foods and things and such. And that's just life on this planet. But if you can help it, make sure to balance it out, you know, getting exercise every once in a while, drinking water, maybe not drinking so much beer. I don't know. I hate the taste of beer, so I can't relate to that. Once again, the number 4, we're all just stardust. 31 equals out to 4. A lot of 4s. Is somebody gonna go to Wendy's and get the 4 for 4 deal? I really don't know if they still do that. But, yeah. Try to treat your body well. Try to do nice things for your body every once in a while. Do a stretch every once in a while when you feel like it, you know. And yeah, fire signs. Skinny dipping is also the other song that was channeled. And that's more of a song about meeting back up with the past, connecting with the past in some way. Vulnerability is what the title would suggest, because you're skinny, you're naked. Skinny legend. Maybe somebody's losing weight, maybe somebody's doing that, I don't know. But yeah, vulnerability, meeting up with the past, connecting with the past. I'm hearing, what is that from? Is that Incredibles? Reliving the glory days? What is that? Bob? Because I haven't seen Incredibles in forever, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm thinking of like a scene from Incredibles. I'm gonna pull from the lessons deck, and then I'm gonna move on to earth signs. What's going on for fire signs? What's the energy? What do we need to know? What do we need to hear? Fire signs, what's going on? Gratitude. Say thank you for what you have. Otherwise, the universe will snatch it from your hands. I'm kidding. But gratitude is a beautiful thing. Gratitude allows us to bring more of what we want into our life. And if you can't take the time to appreciate what you have, why should you have it in the first place? You know? Just a question. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. We also have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And then imagination. Somebody could be creative, you could be an artist or something. The creative process is unique to every individual, but it is also a complex process. Whoever I'm talking to, fire signs, whoever is tuned into this and is also resonating with the fire energy, I do feel like, especially with the Hermit here, I do feel like you have been really tuned into your intuition recently. I mixed those two words. Recently, lately, whatever I just said. But I don't think you're really trusting yourself as much as you could be. Aries is one of the fire signs, and it is stereotyped, it is typecast to be very impulsive, but that impulsiveness is also part of their intuition because they know what they need to do and they know they need to do it fast. Maybe they're not always right, but they always get the job done. Oh, what is it like to be in Aries? I have an Aries Saturn, but that's it, so. But yeah, there's definitely an energy of like leaning into trusting yourself more, because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, whoever this is for you, fire signs, like, you know what's up. You've been meditating, you've been praying. This is not meditating, this is sleeping. Maybe somebody can stand to get more sleep. Maybe that's something. But you've been meditating, you've been doing what you need to be doing for your clarity, for your third eye. So like, trust yourself. Easier said than done, but like, do it. Trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself. Because also, once again, the moon card came out in reverse, and upright. This could talk about fantasy and delusion. You're off your rocker, but it came out in reverse, along with the Ace of Swords clarity. So you have every right and reason to trust yourself. Fire signs. And if you can't, maybe ask yourself why you can't trust yourself. There's a lot of reasons why one wouldn't be able to trust themselves, but that's a discussion for later on if you want to ask. Once again, link in the description if you want me to do a personal for you after I'm done with all the zodiacs, the elements. But that's fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Hope it resonated with somebody. Next, we're gonna do earth signs, because that's next. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire, earth, air, water. So, hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there. If not, burn me at the stake. Just kidding. Please don't burn me at the stake. I don't like fire. I don't play with fire. Not literally, at least. Also, I'm doing vocal fry, not on purpose, but I hope you can actually hear me, because I'm like talking really low. Anyways, the song channeled for earth signs, 2 songs. Approach Me by Kiki Palmer, which funnily, I noticed after the fact that she's a Virgo, and this Virgo is one of the earth signs, so that was a nice little thing. And it's basically a song about recognizing and knowing that you're unique and you're special. So if anybody comes into your orbit, they better act accordingly. I don't know what I was doing with my hands, but you know, it's like, you're special. You're a rare breed. If anybody wants to come talk to you, come lay the knack on you, they better come correct. They better treat you like they know that you're special. And you also treat yourself like you know you're special. You know? And then the other song was Calm Down by Selena Gomez and Rema. So, somebody could have anger issues, somebody could be really upset, however that resonates, and need to like calm themselves down. Allow themselves to calm down before taking action, because your feelings are valid, but the things you do with those feelings are not always valid. Sometimes you need to take a couple moments to breathe. Like I need to breathe because I haven't breathed in a while. I didn't breathe in a while. But yeah, those are the 2 songs that came out for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Hello, welcome. What's going on for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What energies do you need to know? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 33. Stay in the present. Focus on the here and now. 43. Spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. You don't have to be a singer, but maybe you are a singer. Maybe you're somebody who uses your voice a lot, or your throat. And pause. Inappropriate, I'm sorry. But you could be somebody who uses their communication a lot. And there could be something about overthinking what you want to say instead of just saying it. Just say it. And if you don't know what to say, then wait until you have something to say. We have 33, 43, 45. And then the number 5. Your potential is endless. You can manifest your every wish. Just make sure you're taking the proper procedures and the proper steps. And filling out the proper forms also. Could you imagine if you had to fill out a form to request things from the universe? I mean, some people do. I might, but like, could you imagine if that was the requirement? You had to like fill out a form. What do you want? Why do you want it? I feel like there would be more questions, but those are 2 main questions. What do you want? And why do you want it? If you don't know why you want it, maybe you need to do some soul searching. Even something as simple as a hookup. Why do you want it? You know, friendship comes up. Maybe you want a friend with benefits. Ew. I'm sorry, there's somebody in the crowd. I'm blaming somebody. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just me, but I'm blaming one of you. Has a naughty mind. Nasty. We have trust, I accept that my inner voice will guide me correctly. Which, caveat, because that's not necessarily true. We all have many voices. Well, not all. Most of us have many voices. And learning to discern which one is something to listen to and which one is not is important. So, because if a voice tells you to murder your entire family, that's probably not a voice you want to listen to. Even if they deserve it, you probably don't want to do that. Yeah, somebody could be learning how to trust themselves more. Oh yeah, I did say that for fire signs. That's funny. Doubt. I released the need to know all the answers. I was on Reddit the other day, and there was a post, and I responded to it. They liked my response. Not that I had to say that, but they liked my response. And basically, what I was saying is that, like, intuition is about, I'm drawing a blank. It's not necessarily about certainty, it's about, like, I feel like I'm drawing the wrong words. I could look up the post for certainty so I can know what to say, but the idea was that, like, this person was, like, feeling judged, feeling like people were trying to tell them who they were or, like, what they needed in a spiritual space. You know, they were working at, like, a spiritual shop or something, like a crystal shop, and people kept being like, here's what's up, here's what you need to know, here's what you're not doing, here's what you're and there was two things about that. Like, if you're somebody who, like, is working on your intuition, who, like, has intuition or whatever, consent and also compassion, C words, CC. Can I look up the Reddit post? I'm gonna look up the Reddit post. I don't go on Reddit that often, but occasionally I see a notification and I'm like, ooh, that's a nice question or whatever. Yeah, consent and compassion. If you have information that is not your own, and so I had an alarm go off. I thought I said I'll turn off all my alarms, but yeah, because I get information all the time, and I don't go around being like, hey, you know, because that's invasive. That's it's not always helpful. Sorry, I just went on a tangent, but hopefully that made sense to somebody. I don't know. We also have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth and balance. So hold on, I'm looking at my response that I said to them. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So letting go of things that do not help you, that do not move you forward. Like, sure, you could believe that you're broken, like destitute, you could believe that, but is that helping you at all? Probably not. You could believe, well, that one's a little bit controversial. I was gonna say you could believe that everybody's out to get you, but is that helping you at all? Intuition is real, but intuition should create compassion, not superiority. It should make us more humble, not more certain. If someone truly has insight, they also understand that they can be wrong sometimes. I say that a lot. I can be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I don't have a problem with that. No one has the right to tell another person what they're feeling, who they are, or what they're energetically carrying without that person's consent. And I've been guilty of this. I've definitely been guilty of this. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, so I can be very hypercritical. So before anybody tries to clock me in the comments, I will admit I've been guilty of this. Also, spirituality should make us more free, not more afraid. If a belief system, releasing belief systems, if a belief system causes you to constantly monitor your thoughts, fear your emotions, or believe that you're responsible for everybody else's experience, then it's okay to drop it. It's okay to walk away from it. You know, sometimes healing looks like putting down ideas that no longer serve you positively. Literally what the guilt card says. Let it go. I don't know how long you've been holding on to it, but it's okay to let it go, okay? I mean, this is a universal message, but also specifically for earth signs, I guess. I don't really love doing zodiac readings, but here we are. Here we are. Hopefully it's helpful. I don't know. Yeah, because I feel like these two songs together kind of like, in this moment, I'm getting the energy of like somebody being special, being unique, being smart, being intelligent, right? But also recognizing that they're also human and they're also flawed and capable of like making mistakes, you know? Because that's that Virgo energy. Virgo loves to think that they're perfect, beyond criticism. But they're not. You can believe that you are, but you're not. I'm not, you know? There's one for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have 7 of Pentacles, Perseverance. 6 of Pentacles, Generosity. 4 of Pentacles, Stability. A lot of Pentacles, a lot of money. Pentacles is money, if you didn't know. It's also Earth energy. So, one thing that I'm seeing is somebody working really hard towards stability, towards a position of repetition, stability, again, stability, security, I guess I could have said. And this is a message that came out when I did this on TikTok not too long ago, because I did every sign. I went through all the 12 signs, and that was a lot. And I think it was for Virgo. Sorry about that, if you know. But yeah. Basically not getting into the habit of like overworking yourself or like overgiving when it isn't necessary. Because some of you are signs, not all of you. I doubt all of you are, but some of you are very generous. You're very good, you know? And that's an awesome thing. But a necessary lesson for a lot of people like that is also learning when to say no, learning when to walk away, you know, learning when to focus on self and pour into yourself, you know? And the guilt energy, maybe somebody feels guilty about that, like, you know, maybe somebody was never allowed to pour into themselves, and, you know, that sucks, but how could you feed anybody else if you don't feed yourself? If you starve to death, you can't feed nobody else. That doesn't make sense, you know? So, once again, I see somebody working very hard. Yes, keep working. Not gonna tell you to not work or not do whatever you're doing, but just don't overwork yourself. Allow yourself to have breaks, allow yourself to have down moments. And also humility was a big thing that came out in this. Like, yes, you're amazing, you're wonderful, earth signs, but like also, you're also human. And humans are stupid, actually, myself included. So, hope that helps, hope that makes sense. I'm gonna move forward. We're gonna do a little bit of an interlude because I don't wanna burn myself out. So I'm gonna like chill before we get to Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know if anybody's actually here. It looks like people are coming and going. I don't know what's going on with but if anybody is here, hello. Thank you for your presence. I hope you're well. If you'd like a personal, if you'd like me to answer personal questions or whatever, you can check out the description down below for information on that. If you're not interested, oops, but the information is down below, so. I need water before I forget. I'll be right back. I'm back. Got some water. Water. It's good for the body. Or so they say. They also used to say that cigarettes were good for the body. but we all know how that goes. Let's go. Next is going to be air signs. So, if we have any air signs, you're next. Excuse me. I have no idea who's going to be tuned into this. I feel like this is a very different audience than TikTok. But the energy that came through in the songs was also interesting, similar to Earth Signs. We have Swagga and Famous, both by Auburn. I don't know if you know who that is, but she used to be like an up-and-coming mainstream artist back in the day. Kind of on the same level as like Sean Kingston at some point and like Jason Derulo, but she stepped away from the mainstream. Nonetheless, two of her songs came through when I was like shuffling Swagga and Famous. So, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be a person who puts themselves out there. You could be like a person of notoriety. You don't have to necessarily be, but it's just generally the energy of visibility, like having more eyes on you, having more people know who you are. The other song was Yoko by Maisie Peters, which I wanted to look up what exactly that song meant, but once again, I kind of attributed that to the fame energy because Yoko and the Beatles. I'm gonna look up that real quick, but hold on. But yeah, that was the energy that came through for you guys. You're swagalicious and you're about to be famous or something. We're about to get more eyes on you, so make sure you're ready. Because one thing, and this is gonna very psychological, visibility. Because a lot of people like to say that money and like fame changes people. It doesn't change people. It just amplifies whatever was already there. And if you haven't taken the time to like examine certain parts of yourself, if you get famous, if you get rich, it's going to come out of you. You know what I mean? So this is why shadow work is important. This is why self-examination is important. If you're ever looking for fame, if you're ever trying to be famous or rich, because it will amplify. It will. I'm cheating. I'm looking up specifically what the song is about instead of just looking at the lyrics. That's what I did last time. I looked at the lyrics, but grieving the version of someone you believed in. She isn't just mourning the relationship, she's mourning the future that she imagined with the person. How sad. I can relate to that. Realizing the breakup wasn't caused by one simple thing. Like the myth that Yoko Ono alone broke up the Beatles. I guess that's not true. Feeling deprioritized. Oh my goodness. It hit me hard. I feel this. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, whoever you are, I don't know who you are. Apply to whatever part of your chart you want, by the way. I feel like you're very cool. I feel like you're a very groovy cat. You know? I don't think you let a lot of things get to you. You let things slide off your back, right? But there might have been a situation, probably a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but there was some sort of relationship, so there was some sort of situation where like you saw a future with somebody, with that person or with that situation, and it just didn't pan out that way because of many different things. You had opportunities to show up for me. You had the means, you just didn't. That's one of the quotes. It's hard. And there could be something that you're like dealing with, like the feelings, the emotions of like, I thought we were gonna be forever and ever and ever and ever, but forever and ever didn't exist with us, you know? So that's an energy for somebody. You can always rewrite the story. You can't rewrite the past, but you can rewrite the ending. I said that wrong. Hello, welcome to those joining. I'm not answering any questions right now, so, well, just doing the elements. What's going on for, I'm gonna pull from Gemini Libra Aquarius. What's going on? What's happening? We have guilt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, guilt and growth. Okay, so air signs. Some of you could be feeling guilty, or maybe somebody else wants you to feel guilty about outgrowing your relationships. But frick that jazz. A lot of yellow coming out, so solar plexus, sunlight. We have relationship, service. I feel good when I can help others. Yeah, whoever I'm talking to, assuming that this resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate, then I'm not talking to you. But I feel like you are the type of person who changes a lot. You know what I mean? Gemini is generally a very fast-moving energy. Libra and Aquarius is also air, so we could say that they're fast, but Gemini is the fastest, in my opinion. And you grow pretty fast. You learn pretty quick. And I feel like there was a situation where you and somebody were on equal playing field, and you just surpassed them. And I feel like there's a little bit of guilt around that. The other person could also be feeling guilty. I don't know. They could be like, dang, I should have did it. But we're all on our own paths. We're all on our own journeys. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And all you can do is deal with the aftermath. You know? And Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I do feel like, based off of the songs that came through, like, you're headed in a really beautiful direction, really prosperous direction. We have abundance right here. And especially, you will see this if you are letting go and releasing what was. Like, it might be painful, it might be a long process, I don't know. Me as a Gemini, I'm like, things happen fast. I don't know, I get over people in like a week. Not everybody's like me, and that's a good thing. But yeah, releasing the past, forgiving what was, you know, releasing blame. She said, he did this, and it just happened. It sucks, you know. But moving on from the past and allowing for this abundance to come. And abundance isn't just money, by the way, for anybody thinking. Because everybody likes to say abundance is money. Abundance is not just money. Abundance is like a surplus. It's opportunity, it's resources, it's friendships, it's, you know what I mean? It's not just money. Money is part of that, but it's not just money. And I do see, for some of you, some more aligned relationships coming towards you. Some opportunities to really like share your gifts, share your talents with others, you know? And it might be scary, but that's okay. Let's go over Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There could be something about communication, about speaking up. We have protest, start a revolution. Peaceful protest, maybe, I don't know. Number 28 and then number 37. Endings are inevitable. So I'm seeing somebody like sending a text, like a final text, like that could be a thing. Maybe somebody's contemplating sending a text, and it's like, you could, if you want to. Nobody, do what you feel called to do, but consider if it's helpful to anybody. Is it helpful to you? Is it gonna help you feel better? And it might, maybe it will. Maybe it'll help you to know that you got something off of your chest, you know? But endings are inevitable. Come home to yourself. Nobody else. You can bring somebody else if you want, but ideally, come back to yourself. Come back to Jesus. You know, practice self-love. Meditate with a crop top on. Just kidding. Yeah, it's like a bittersweet energy here in this group. But I do see you moving on to wonderful things, and it sucks the way that things unfolded, but you're doing the gosh darn thing. You should be proud of your progress. I'm gonna pull the tarot. Did I pull tarot already? I didn't. Not for you guys. And then I'm gonna move on after this. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Perspective, which is the hang. Oh my God, slippery fingers. The Hangman. Six of Wands, success. That could be a message for somebody. This could be for you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or somebody close to you. Somebody feeling like you slipped out of their hands, or like something slipped out of their hands. Six of Cups in reverse, Innocence. But it's an energy of holding on tight, like that's something that comes through. Not suffocatingly, but like respectfully, lovingly, holding on, not letting something go. Dedication, Two of Cups, union, partnership. It doesn't have to be about romantic connection or relationships. It could also be about a job or like some sort of money situation or something, I don't know. Some of you could probably stand to get more sleep, get more rest. It came through in another, when I did this on TikTok, like treating your body with respect, you know. And once again, I think I said it in this reading. I don't know when I said it, but we live in a world. Finish this quote. That's the end of the sentence. We live in a world. We live in a world where a lot of food is manufactured. A lot of food is not that healthy. That's just the truth. Even if you do try to eat healthy, like there's still caveats with that. There's still issues with that. But like, that being said, where was I going with that? Taking steps to try to like do right by your body. It might not be the most easy. It might not be exactly how you want, but like, you know. And that could mean a lot of different things for everybody, by the way. Like, there's not one size fits all. Like, for some people, what is healthy is just getting something into your body. That's, you know what I mean? For some people, that's the truth. Like, just making sure that you don't starve yourself. For other people, it's making sure you're drinking enough water while you're doing other stuff. It's, you know, respecting your body enough to not, like, let anybody and everybody enter it. If that's what you want to do, I'm not judging. If that's your idea of self-respect, I'm not judging. But with the idea that your body is a vessel, your body is a temple. Not everybody can enter the temple, you know? Especially if you're wearing dirty shoes. You want to take off your shoes first, and then put on clean shoes. But only if that resonates. So don't try to make anything fit. Don't think I'm shaming you or judging you. You know, we live in a crazy world. We live in a messed up world. So do the best you can, and the best will can you. That doesn't. It sounded better in my head. I was gonna say something else. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened to you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hope that helps. Hopefully it makes sense. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Finally, we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. My least favorite and also favorite, all in one. We have 3 songs that came out for water signs. Lead You On, once again by Auburn. So this could be somebody else leading you on. Are you feeling like somebody's leading you on? Somebody's not being super clear in what they want out of you. We also have Shirt by SZA. I love that song. I haven't heard that in a while, but what is that song about actually in relation to anything? What's the message of that song? Old nigga got curved. Or what? Old nigga get on my nerves and then, excuse my language, I don't like swearing, but occasionally I do. Okay, we're gonna see what it's about. And then also Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter, which is a little bit of a confident song. So you could be feeling yourself. Water signs, you could have gotten over a breakup recently and you're on the up and up about it and you're like feeling really good. Shirt is one of SZA's most psychologically layered songs. On the surface, it's about a toxic relationship, but underneath, it's really about what happens when your inner world is in chaos and you keep returning to someone who amplifies that chaos instead of calming it. Hope I didn't trigger anybody. Some of the main themes are feeling emotionally exhausted, knowing your worth but not fully believing it. That one hit hard. Knowing your worth but not fully believing it or treating yourself that way. The blood stain on my shirt. The title image is symbolic. The blood stain can represent emotional wounds, guilt, or regret. I'm sorry, I'm like mental fog. Throughout the song, SZA keeps circling back to the same relationship despite recognizing how unhealthy it is. There's almost a feeling of addiction, not necessarily to the person themselves, but to the emotional cycle of hope, disappointment, longing, and reconciliation. Oh wow. She's aware that she's overthinking. She knows that she's doubting herself. And she also recognizes that she's accepting less than what she wants. And she's trying to convince herself that she's gonna walk away, while also admitting that she's emotionally caught in a web. SZA honesty. It's too real. Rather than presenting herself as completely empowered, or completely broken, she captures the messy in between where people often actually live. I think that's why so many people connect with it. It's also really catchy. That's also another aspect of it, but it's less about one specific relationship and more about the experience of trying to love yourself while your heart keeps putting up, or keeps pulling you towards something that isn't giving you peace, while your heart keeps putting up with stuff that it doesn't deserve. That's deep. I'm not the only water sign in my chart is Cancer, and it's in my Venus, but I felt that. What's going on for Cancer studio places? We have the Five of Wands competition. Oh my goodness. Are you walking away from drama, actually? Is the song a misnomer? Is it misleading? Because we have the Eight of Cups retreat. Five of Wands. Obviously, I don't know how many people are actually gonna watch this. I don't know who's gonna tune into this, but some of you could be walking away from drama. That's awesome, that's beautiful. Others of you though, I feel like you're walking away from yourself to some degree, if that makes sense, if that resonates, like similar to the song. Like you're walking away from what you know is good for you. We get so lonely, we forget what we were. That's a different SZA song altogether, but this is a really heavy energy. Whoever I'm talking to, I feel for you. Like literally, I feel for you. But we have endings are inevitable. Come home to yourself. Like easier said than done sometimes, but I don't know. I'm seeing somebody like who's a writer, somebody who like writes. Obviously, SZA is a writer, but whoever I'm talking to, I'm seeing somebody who writes, and like that could be one form of coming back to yourself, like making sure that you're like tending to your creativity, tending to what you know is at the core of you. You know, even if you are going back to that terrible relationship, like also once again making sure that you are tending to things that fill your cup, make you feel good about yourself. I hate how heavy this energy is. It's really saddening. And this might not be something that you're consciously feeling. It might be buried beneath the surface, but I feel it in this moment. I'm like, you deserve sugar, not salt. I feel like part of the reason why whoever I'm talking to is like not walking away from what they should be walking away from is because they're afraid to disappoint people. And let me just say this. People are annoying and deserve to be disappointed. I'm kidding, but also not kidding. Like, you should always take the opportunity to disappoint people because they will disappoint you. Once again, I'm joking. You shouldn't jump at disappointing people. But like, in this situation, with this, whoever we're talking about, whoever is making you feel this way, like, frick them. Like, lovingly, respectfully, compassionately frick them. You know what I mean? I just want to cry now. But also know that you're not alone, like in a human sense and also in a spiritual sense. Like, you know, you can always call on other forces, you know, God, angels, whatever you believe in. I don't know, Allah, Buddha, whatever you, why did I say that? Buddha. That's not a deity, but whatever. Whatever it is that you believe in, like, you know, you're not alone. So remember that. Sumi is a really nice song though. That's an upbeat, up tempo song. It's about getting on the other side of that situation. It's like, we broke up, we're done, and I'm happy, I'm good. Sue me for looking so good. Sue me for doing well. And maybe some of you are in that energy. I'm sure, like, I don't know how many people are gonna watch this after the fact or whatever, but wherever you are, it's perfectly fine. You're exactly where you are, and that's fine. Now I want to sing. Now I want to sing the song. I love that song. But yeah, wherever you are, have patience with yourself. Know that everything is temporary, and whatever you're going through is temporary. So keep your head up, keep your spirits high. Try to laugh. Try to have some fun. And this is concluded. The Elementals. So I hope this was helpful. I hope I did something. If you did enjoy this, you should definitely engage with the video. Let me know what you think. Maybe if you want to. Check out the link down in the description. If anybody's interested on the live aspect of things, if you're interested in the personal, if you want to get some cards pulled for you, you can do that. But once again, there's information in the description if you want to do that. So, if not, I'll just hang out for a few more minutes and then I'll disappear. So, whichever way the wind blows. Oh, frick. I didn't frick. So I'm trying to do math. 2 minutes. I'm not always great at math. Okay, I thought so. But I'm writing in pen, so I wanted to be sure before I wrote it down. You don't write no pencils around here. What you thought this was? Pencil phone? Just kidding. That's silly. Once again, for those joining, for those tuning in, hello, hopefully you're well. If you'd like me to pull you cards, you can check out the description down below. Just let me know. If you're not interested, it's okay, but you should still check out the description because why not? You're already here. There is a Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content. You can join for free. Every time I mention it, people are like, money, but you can join for free. Granted, there's a lot less posts available for free members, but basically daily messages, daily insights, etc., etc. If you want to check that out, once again, link in the description. And shout out to those who are already members. You're awesome. Appreciate you. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. But if I want to make this a full hour, then I have to wait 5 more minutes. Should I do that? Actually, 4 more minutes. I technically started early, so because I was supposed to start at 7:30. That's what I allotted myself, and then came on like 7 something. Overachiever. It's the Virgo in me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here soon, so thanks for hanging out. I don't know who all is here. I don't know what the numbers will look like, but thank you all for your presence. I hope you know that you are amazing and beautiful, and whatever you're going through is temporary, because everything is temporary. I promise you that. And hope you know that you are loved, and miracles do happen all the time if you align yourself, if you truly believe. And also check out the link tree, please. All right, love you, bye.